Oh my freaking gosh, you guys. 2019 is coming to an end, and what a year it has been. We had like the Avengers Endgame come out. We got a picture of a black hole for the first time, which is pretty neat. Game of Thrones is officially over. It's come to an end, and we have a new Supra. Plus, we had to see like 2 different versions of the same Sonic the Hedgehog trailer, which was pretty neat. But with 2019 coming to an end, it's time to start looking forward onto bigger and better things. New year, new me, but more importantly, new wheels. What's going on, everybody? My name is Gels from Fitment Industries, and we are back with another episode of the Build Sheet. We're gonna be going over some new wheels that are coming out for 2020 that you might just want to keep your eyes on. Now, before we go ahead and get into it, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're looking for anything wheels, tires, or suspension related for your car, make sure to check out fitmentindustries.com. When we were at SEMA this year, we got to take a good look at some of the new stuff that is going to be hitting the market really soon, or may be already out there on the market. But we always look forward to going and seeing what is new and when it comes to the wheel game. And this year did not disappoint. So one of the first stops when we arrived was at the Cosmis Racing booth, and we got to take a look at the brand new XF10. Now, the XF10 is a rotary forged wheel that is going to be meant for big brake clearances, and they designed this wheel around the Mitsubishi Evo because since they came with Brembo brakes from the factory and they need that additional extra clearance, it can be a little tricky to find wheels sometimes for that car. So Cosmis has taken that into consideration with the XF10 to make the spokes clear everything the way that the hub is designed to pull the wheel away from all of that. Something that we've actually heard quite a bit about Cosmis wheels is that some people don't necessarily enjoy all of like the engraving and lettering that goes around the face of the wheel that Cosmis does on a lot of their wheel designs. But on the XF10, they have kept that very minimal, and the only thing on the actual face of the wheel is the word Cosmis between a couple of the spokes. We expect this wheel to come in pretty lightweight, and it's going to be a popular choice among Evo owners, WRX owners, and maybe even some like newer Civics as well. As far as a price, we're going to be looking at a little higher than what Cosmis offers currently, just as a ballpark, but that's just because of the fact that it is a rotary forged wheel, and I would say that it's a good chance that they're probably going to stay within that same area of pricing, probably right around $1,100 or $1,200 for a set, depending on the size of the wheel. Now, we weren't actually given an exact time for the release of the XF10, but we expect it to be available pretty early in 2020. Moving on down the list for new wheels for 2020, we see our good friends Kansei Wheels. Now, if you've been anywhere near Instagram the last few months, you probably know that Kansei has been absolutely killing it with their wheel designs. We saw them launch their Formlight and 2-piece forge options back in 2018 with designs like the KMP, the Tandem, and the Corsa for their single-piece options. Kansei has done a fantastic job taking classic inspiration from the JDM car scene and has applied it to their wheel designs with just a little bit of a modern twist. So for 2020, we are going to see a few new wheels from Kansei, one of them being the Roku. Now, the Roku isn't actually a new design, but is a design that they have taken from their 2-piece lineup and designed it into their single-piece Formlight lineup. Now, with 6 spokes and a step lip, we think that the Roku is going to do really well this year, and we're going to see it on a lot of cars like the 240SX, for example, the FRS, BRZ, maybe like an IS300 or maybe like a SC300 as well. But that's not all for Kansei, because they're just doing an absolute ton. They decided to really blow up the old IG a little while ago when they decided to release some pictures of their 2-piece KNP, but with a little bit of a twist. The joke, you see what I did there. The KMP R is a directional KMP that is going to feature the new Kansei logo on one of its 5 spokes. Now, the KMP is one that you guys ask about all the time. That one, the bronze 5-spoke, and it looks amazing. And when we add a little bit of a twist to it with a polished lip, it's just like, damn, you know, it just looks really good. If 2020 goes anything like 2019 has for Kansei, which is looking like it will, they're going to become a massive name in the aftermarket world of wheels, and we're really excited to see what they will do. And then to our last set of new wheels for 2020, because it's actually a few more wheels. We're gonna be talking about none other than Rohana. Now, Rohana had a ton to show us at SEMA this last year. We had some really good samples to take a look at. You know, we had like a Pandem Supra, a Liberty Walk Huracan, and a GTR, which were all sporting their new designs. So Rohana is going to be introducing a whole lot into their Forged series of wheels, and that is going to be named their RFG series. And that is going to include not only 3-piece and not only 2-piece, but as well as a monoblock forged option for every design in that RFG lineup. That's a whole lot of wheels. Some of the ones we're excited about are the RFG 11, which is going to be a directional wheel that features a split 5-spoke design, but also has an additional kind of like smaller spoke that runs along next to it. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's kind of cool, and it gives a lot of sharp angles and overall aggressiveness to the design itself. And like I mentioned before, the RFG 11 is going to be available in 3 different options. Their monoblock forged, the Tandem, which is their 2-piece variant, and the Trinity, which is the 3-piece version. A quick note on this is that the monoblock and the Tandem version will both have the spokes come all the way to the edge of the lip of the wheel, where the Trinity, or the 3-piece version, among all of the RFG series, will have that floating spoke design, which looks absolutely fantastic. We've been seeing it more and more throughout the last couple of years come out in the multi-piece wheel game. Another wheel in the lineup we're looking forward to is the RFG 15, which is another split 5-spoke. However, this one is not directional. With this wheel being a forged wheel, the spokes can be pretty thin, as we can see on the RFG 15. So same thing goes for here as well. Monoblock, 2-piece, and 3-piece. The RFG 15 is going to be a wheel for those looking for some concavity in their design of their wheel, like their traditional Rohana styles, and that is with some help of that floating spoke design. So a lot of good stuff coming from Rohana this year as well, even though they're going to be a little more on the higher end as far as price. They're going to be wheels that you're gonna want to keep your eye on because they do look amazing, and like the finishes that they offer them in, and just like the overall style and design, it's going to be great. And I do believe we're gonna start seeing them popping up on a lot more cars, specifically wide body cars this year, maybe cars like the GTRs and the Lamborghinis and all that kind of stuff. So there it is, a quick list of some new wheels that are coming out in 2020 that we know of as of right now. Of course, there are going to be more being announced as time goes on here and as we start getting into the new year, and we're here to keep you up to date on all of that. So stay tuned to find out more of everything that is going on. We actually should have an unboxing taking a look at some of the brand new Rohana wheels coming up pretty soon. But if you haven't checked out our Fitment Industries Garage channel yet, we have all of our SEMA coverage, all of those videos over there for you to check out as well. But that's going to do it for today. I'm Jealous from Fitment Industries. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you are looking for anything wheels, tires, or suspension relating, and eventually the new wheels that we have just talked about here, don't forget to check out fitmentindustries.com. But that's going to wrap it up for today. We'll see you later. Peace.